What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and I did want to go over and address the HBO commentary. A lot of people gonna say, "Oh, HBO is doing the same old thing. You just hating on HBO." It's not hating on HBO. If you bad, you bad. That's just it. HBO is beyond bad every telecast. And people are like, well, what do you mean? You just keep saying they bad. What are they doing that's so wrong that you gotta bash HBO every time? And the thing of it is how you could tell it's bad commentary is when you're not being informed enough about what's happening in the ring. They're bringing up stuff that got nothing to do with actual boxing. They're just all over the place. And they try to sell you something during the fight, and I don't like that. We don't need to be sold on Terrence Crawford being a suitable opponent for Manny Pacquiao. We don't need for why does Terrence Crawford have to be this mean, vicious fighter in order for him to be an acceptable opponent for Manny Pacquiao? Like, oh, he's gonna trust me. There's a mean streak in him. He's gonna fight. Doesn't matter if there's a mean streak in him. He could be the nicest guy in the world. He can fight. They don't do that for no other person either. They don't, hey, he's a mean son of a gun. So don't think he's nice. He's mean. The black guy can't be nice. You can't have a nice guy. He's got to have a mean streak somewhere in there. In order, somebody told them somewhere down the line that sells, like probably in 1813, and they sticking with that. But throughout the whole fight, or Terrence Crawford's fight, they're trying to sell the fact that he's a mean fighter. You see the way he told him to go to this corner? He told him in a mean way. Then I gotta listen to them. Will you please stop with the analogies? Okay, he's not Marvin Hagler. Yes, he can switch both sides, like marvelous Marvin Hagler. Yeah, one of the four that they're gonna keep mentioning all day long. And now that marvelous Marvin Hagler's been mentioned, then right after the telecast is over, he kind of reminds me of a Roberto Duran. He's nasty. Terrence Crawford does not remind me of any of those fighters. Any of them. His fighting style, nothing about him says marvelous Marvin Hagler or Roberto Duran. What they're doing is name dropping people. That's all they're doing so that it can hit or click familiarity. Oh man, he's like Roberto Duran. So when you go to work on Monday and you start talking about the fight, yeah, they got this guy, man. He's like Marvin Hagler. He can go from both sides. Yeah, man. Who's working fries? When you go back to your job, you're going to be saying the ridiculous stuff that you heard on HBO. Roy Jones' job is cleanup. He got to come in there and clean it up and make sure that they don't get so caught up in what they normally do is they support one fighter and forget there's two fighters in the ring. Roy is all one to also remind them that there is another fighter there and he's also doing something. So he always looks at it from both sides and gives a respective point of view, but yet they want to try to correct him all the time. And he keeps trying to say that he's like, I never said Terrence Crawford was a slow starter to begin with. It needs to be replaced. It really does. They need to go get Roy, keep Roy. They could take the shackles off Max. I think he'll be great. But when you got a program director that want to kind of lean in and dictate how the show should be and saying in the earphones what they should be doing, you get nonsense like what you get on HBO. And will it change? I don't know. They're so far in the game and their head so far up their butt. Egos is too high. I mean, Harold Letterman, what do we need him for? Really? He can just go retire and chill and spend the rest of his time hanging out with his buddy Harvey. it's over. The whole thing's over. HBO really needs to just wipe the slate with these commentators, bring in a whole new list of people, and get the thing back on track again, because they're still running things like it's 1813 or something. It's bad.